We've returned to where the name Bigfoot was coined, Humboldt County, California. I headed out on my solo investigation by the North Fork of the Trinity River, while Cliff, Bobo, and Renee have met with Bart, who has audio of a possible Bigfoot from a night squatching with Bobo.
It's one thing to listen to you guys actually go over the story again, but I have the video over here. We should check it out, and you can tell us what's going on the entire way, okay?
All right. Are you seeing something?
Those are the two initial slashing knocks right there.
We had just come down this little slope here, and then that's when it exploded right there. Hey, it's moving.
So the tarp was up in that direction over there.
That's correct.
But yet you heard other noises from up over here. There had to be at least two of these things around.
I think it was two subjects, and they were kind of working together, ushering us out.
While they don't have video proof of Sasquatches, they do have some pretty compelling audio evidence of Sasquatches. And I know both these guys and have spent a lot of time in the woods with them. Of course, I believe them. There have been sightings in the spot before their visit and after their visit. Bigfoots live here. Bobo and Bart just happened to run across a couple that night. I think you have to get yourself out of your own head and put yourself in the mind of the residents of this forest, and then you can see it through their eyes.
Oh, I know that. I'm always thinking like a squatch. Think like the squatch, look like the squatch, smell like the squatch.
Oh, yeah, he smells like the squatch.
That wasn't a stranger doing that night. They knew that was the Bobs, and they don't like me up there because I've disturbed so many nights up there for them. I'm 1,000% convinced they know who I am.
Bart and Bobo basically had an audio experience. Now, I may not believe in Bigfoot, and frankly, I believe I'm just as likely to encounter an Ewok out here, but they never had a visual encounter. That is not enough evidence to prove that Bigfoot's real, let alone that's what happened.
Before we pick up Matt from his solo investigation, Bobo has a special surprise for us. Fireball, his father.
Fireball.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, too.
I was told that Fireball got that name when he was a pitcher, and apparently he could really throw the heat.
Cliff, good to see you, buddy.
But Fireball's a great dude, and if there's anybody who can shed a little light on the conundrum that's wrapped up in an enigma that is Bobo, it's gonna be this guy.
Have you been keeping an eye on Bobo?
Is that what this is all about?
Yes.
I'm no rat.
Remember back when he was a teenager?
Oh, sure do.
It's just like that.
Yes.
A little bigger and maybe a little slower.
Right.
Physically.
Right.
When did Bobo first become interested and start talking to you about Bigfoot?
He was always interested in things like the Loch Ness Monster and various things that were off my radar screen for interest. But he had that interest at a very young age.
Was there ever a period of time where their family members were, ribbing him or giving him a hard time for being a Bigfooter?
It happens.
Still does.
Bobo was the one in the family you better keep him close because he can get into things.
We know.
This is a school picture of Bobo.
Oh my gosh, you were so cute then.
What's this was stuff, Renee?
He kind of still has retained that snarky smile, though, hasn't he? Certainly when your wife was giving birth to Bobo, you weren't saying, you know what, Bobo would be a really good name for this child.
My name was Jimbo. I said, drop the bow, just call me Jim, so they just call me Jim Bobo. Bobo's much more refined than Bubba. It was a great surprise for me and the team to have my dad, Fireball, show up. I got to walk down memory lane with my pops, and they didn't get too much dirt on me, which was good.
I heard a couple of trees get pushed over during my solo camping trip, but the rain never let up. So now it's time to go meet up with the rest of the guys to see if they got any trouble in Bobo's backyard.
How was it?
Well, I didn't see one, but not too far away from where I think we're about where you guys had camped before, where you said you got action. Tree gets pushed over about an hour after dark. Was it a squatch? I don't know. Kind of coincidental, though.
Well, that's still something to go on. That's pretty cool.
So what else happened?
The most important thing that happened, Matt, and I'm sure you will find this as no surprise whatsoever, but you were right. That is not a Sasquatch. It is a stump squatch. We went back to the location, did a more thorough investigation without the witness there, and sure enough, we found that squatch. It was a stump. We were looking totally the wrong direction. It happens even to the best.
Absolutely.
Well, the first night investigation was great. But the second night investigation spot, Bad Billy Buttes, I've never been up there. There's squat settings that ring that whole base area, but I've never had access to the top until now. And I got some surprises for you guys for search technique and transportation.
There's nothing like a Bobo search technique that is a surprise. After all, we are in Bobo's backyard. Let's toss this one to him.
I'm nervous.
Let's go. So for the final night investigation, I got my best friend, hair sensei, and vocal coach, HMP, Heavy Metal Pat. He's the world's greatest heavy metal singer. He can hit high notes like you won't believe. He's got power, he's got the roars, he's got it all. So we're gonna meet him at the top of a mountain with this weather we're having. It's gonna be like an 80s rock video with the wind blowing through his hair. Squatches are curious beings, and with HMP belt on his vocals, they're not gonna be able to resist checking that out.
What's up, Bobs?
HMP! This is the world's greatest heavy metal singer, and he's got the world's best hair. No chick or squatch can resist these vocals.
Yeah!
Ah, the tales are true.
Duh.
Hearing HMP belting out those heavy metal vocals, he's almost as deafening as Renee's crazy scream. Bobo sure knows how to pull out the big guns in his hometown, and I sure hope this works.
I told you guys I had a technique tonight that would not fail, Patler's vocals. But we also got a new and exciting mode of transportation. Show him, Patler.
Seglers.
Off-road segways.
No way.
Me and Matt are gonna stay here with Patler and sing. You and Cliff can hop on those dangerous machines.
Oh, great. We're gonna be driving these in the night. I hope that's not a segue to a hospital trip.
Ready or not, here we go.
All right.
All right, nothing like learning how to do something in the dark.
Good luck.
We're gonna need it.
Let's go to the top of the mountain, boys.
Tonight, we're gonna break off into two teams. Heavy Metal Pat, Bobo, and Matt are gonna be on the top of the mountain, and Heavy Metal Pat's gonna be singing his licks. Hopefully a Sasquatch will take some interest and maybe do some knocking or calling back, and if it does, Renee and I are gonna zip over to that location on the segways. Plans like this might seem ridiculous from the outside, but when you're on the inside circle of Bobo, you know that there's a certain amount of Bobo luck going on. You never know what's gonna happen, and frankly, in Bobo we trust.
Oh, you guys, this is the spot. Man, the weather is not cooperating.
Dude, we're not climbing up on that mountain, are we?
No, right here's good.
Yeah.
Cliff, Renee, you copy?
Whoa, Chica.
Oh.
You okay?
Oh, yeah. This is why riding segways in the night on wood roads is dangerous. This is what took me out.
Oh, man.
Renee for Popes. I actually just bitted on a big branch that was in the road. Ouch.
That's okay. I know how to take a fall. My dad was a fall guy.
You guys ready for some shredding Bigfoot vocal calls?
Yeah, we're in a great spot to listen.
I wish I was an apple hanging in a tree. Every time you walk your by, take a bite.
Done.
With all the vegetation.
Oh, there's something over there.